Dear friends, first, my apologies for being so tardy. I was just finishing up with the Sean Atwood show, and it ran longer than I had thought. So, my apologies to you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for making you wait. It is so important that you are here. I thank you for this. I don't even know where to start, my friends. I don't even know where to start, and I don't even know where to begin. But I will start off by telling you that tonight's topic is Garbagegate 2024. Joe Biden is throwing the election towards President Trump. May I start, ladies and gentlemen, by asking you, who is going to win the election? Please tell me right now. Don't say what you think I might want to hear. Don't say what you think I would want to hear. Tell me in your heart of hearts, in your belief system, what is it? How and who will win? Because I was feeling a little bit sketchy last night. You may say this. Trump fans. I'm feeling it. Mrs. L and I today are feeling very concerned about this. Very, very, very concerned. But I cannot believe. Look at this. Somebody wrote this. Someone wrote, Sean Penfold said, Lionel, I must either be a masochist or obsessed with you, but I just got off your convo with Sean Atwood et al. And now I'm listening to you here. Thank you for that. We just had a wonderful conversation with, it was wild. And I don't want to go into this. I cannot, in my mind, believe, cannot see, cannot understand. And maybe this is the way people thought about Trump. Maybe, but I cannot believe in any way that man not winning. I can't see it. I can't understand it. I can't see it. I can't believe it. You don't understand. I can't believe it. I can't. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Now, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. Today is the last day of the month. Happy Halloween. I'm dressed up as me. Tonight is the last time, the last chance for you, dear friends, to get on the phone before it's over, before this month's deals are through. And to thank you, my darling. Well, we have been through it. We have done a lot today, have we not? I did a video with Mrs. L. She did too. She was on with Nancy Grace. I just got done with it. We are doing nothing but talking. But let me just say to you right now, and I mean this sincerely, this is very, very important. You have been so terrific, and the response to preparewithlionel.com is so important and so critical that the deals have been locked in. Today is the last day. Midnight, I would imagine. If you've ever considered saving your life and your family's life during times of famine or disaster or distress, I know that sounds pretty heavy-handed. Now is the time. Ooh, that's the wrong one. I'm doing a virtual shield. How about this one? How about if I try something else? How about one that makes sense? I got the wrong one here. I'm so tired. There we go. It's this. Virtual shield is nice too, but Prepare with Lionel is what I'm talking about. Prepare with Lionel. Secure a mega 3-month emergency food kit. Their best deal ever right now. I'm not going to explain to you. Today is the last day of the month. You've heard me say it. You've been terrific. The response has been terrific. But I am telling you something. And I want you to listen to me. Listen to Uncle Lionel. I don't know what these bastards have planned, but they're not going out without a fight. And they are not going to go away after he wins. And they're not going to play nice. And they're not going to not screw things up just because he's in. That's all I'm saying. We've learned after Helene and Milton and all these others that they don't care at all about you and about us. Make sure you hedge your bets. Make sure you go to preparewithlionel.com and prepare. Do it now, the last day of the month. I don't know what deals they're going to have next month, but these are the best. Preparewithlionel.com. Now, as I try my best, of course, to start up, I want to ask you a simple question. Maybe you can help me with this. What the hell is it?
You never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
One more time. Maybe you didn't hear.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
What is that about? Do you think there's something a little weird with that Mark Cuban? Did he always seem weird to you? There's something strange. What do you think's going on with Mark Cuban? Out of all the things that these people could possibly say, what in the hell do you think, what is this man even talking about? What is he talking about? Does this make any sense to you? Does this make any sense at all to you? At all? Out of everything they can possibly be saying, out of everything that's even remotely possible, where did this come from? Why are they doing this? Why are they saying this? There's something strange with him. There's something odd. He's jealous of Elon Musk. He absolutely positively, he created this idea that somehow he doesn't care about women, or what is the matter with him? Somebody tell me, what's the matter? Crypto Domini said, Vance mentioned voter fraud in Rogan. I'm still 100. Okay, I'm still 100. Don't know what that means, but thank you. This man, JD Vance, I love JD Vance. 4 hours.
We should be concerned.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Do you see what's happening right now? Do you see this? Are you watching this? Are you seeing this? If you didn't know who JD Vance was, if you didn't know who Donald Trump, if you said, "Oh, that's Donald Trump's his running mate," do you see what's happening? Do you see how calm he says? Do you see how he makes sense? Do you see how he is the ballast to him? Do you see what's happening? Our good friend Justin says, today I voted for the trash hauling, French fry slinging felon here in Massachusetts. I do fear for some swampy shenanigans against us. As well you should. 100 DJT. Thank you so much. Again, I don't know what that means, but thank you for this. Thank you. Thank you for that. Do you see what's important about this? The way that Lionel told you that would be my number one story from a while back. Remember that I told you that? Remember that? That would be it. By the way, the DSM-4 years ago, Diagnostic Statistical Manual, a little bit of background. What it was initially was very interesting. It was a in emergency rooms, they needed something just to. It was almost like an insurance form, like schizophrenic 001. Clairaudient 002, manic depression 003. They had like one page. It was a quick like shorthand that psychiatric intake people, because I remember this at the time because I used to work with this suicide and crisis center, and there was this crisis center in the back where they would bring people in and they would intake them, and they would have, it was just a very simple thing. That now it's in its 5th printing. There's like thousands of pages, thousands of iterations of behavior alterations, thousands and thousands of these. It's wild, absolutely wild. And what happens is obstructive defiance or whatever. Basically, teenagers being teenagers. That's exactly what they're talking. I don't want to spend the whole evening, but do you see how good this is? Do you see, do you grasp how great this is? Do you see this? Do you understand how this is changing everything incredibly? Do you see it? I can't say it enough. He has changed my opinion. He has changed my mind. He has been more than anybody else the most wonderful I guess surprise, so to speak. He has been the most wonderful surprise of anyone. And I love it. I absolutely, positively love the fact that he's been able to connect with so many people this way. And you know what's also interesting to note? And this is also very, very critical. You know, I don't know how to say this anyway other than this. They have not at any time during the course of this shown any ability whatsoever to compete, to suggest, to even, I don't know what the word is, to try to even, they haven't tried in the least to try to act normal before you. They didn't even care because they give you this nonsense. They give you this stuff.
I will comment on the former President Donald Trump's remark about women and whether they like it or not. And
you heard this one, right? You heard this. You heard this absolute insanity, right? Tell me you heard this one. Listen to this one. Wait till you hear the truth. You're not going to believe.
It's just, it actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies.
Kamala has imported criminal migrants
Listen.
from prisons and jails, from insane asylums and mental institutions all over the world, from Venezuela to the Congo, including savage criminals who assault, rape, and murder our women and girls. Anyone who would let monsters kidnap and kill our children does not belong anywhere near the Oval Office. And my people told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. I said, why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said.
Did you hear this? This is what they're talking about today. This is what they're doing. This is where they got this
said,
from.
Sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
Did you hear this? Whether the women like it or not, I'm going to protect them.
They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
Now, what was the beginning of this?
I will comment on the former President Donald Trump's remark about women and whether they like it or not.
How offended are you by that? How offended are you? Tell me. How offended are you by the desperation of these people? That's not what he said. How offended are you? Any idea? Anybody? Anybody offended by this? I am. Did you hear what she just said? Did you hear this? They are so despicable. They are so beyond anything I ever even thought that was remotely possible. They are so horrible for them to even suggest this. How do they do this? How do they do this? I don't say I hate her. I don't know her. I don't hate people. I don't think that I think she is retarded, the way the term used to be. I think she's one of the stupidest people. We were talking today to someone, and by the way, please watch. Is your video up, honey? Up your please watch the two videos that she did. First, the video that Mrs. L and I did. I was a guest on her show. That's going to be at 9 o'clock, honey. 9 o'clock. But I want you to see members only first. She has an interview with Esther Valdez Clayton. This is an immigration lawyer in California. I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that if this woman gets involved, if she gets anywhere near it, they're going to change everything because they hate you. Let me tell you who today is the most horrible. Linda Hazlitt, ladies and gentlemen, said very offended. Absolutely. Crypto says, Uncle Lenny, you asked, who's it going to be? I answered, 100%. I'm sorry, 100. Thank you. I didn't see the percent. I got to tell you this much. There is a group of people today, I want to call them, and I'm sorry, unmarried cat ladies, or this white woman. It's not Upper East. We used to say Upper West Side. That was an old classic thing. This is a woman who wants to, what is it, honey? They want to change. They hate America. They hate the white entitled. They had a good run. So they hate white people and white government and white culture and white people, and they use the pejorative white and the white people and the white and they're white and they're gonna hate the white people, and it is this thing. Friend of mine in comedy for years, I'm dead serious about this, told me this guy at one time was very, very popular. He was on every show there was, everything you can imagine, everything from, you name the show, he was on it. He says, and all of a sudden they became controlled by the white, the I don't know what you want to call it, the cat lady, mean, miserable women, miserable. And dare I say, I don't want to get into sexual whatever, but if you get into somebody who hates men and hates white men, it has so destroyed everything. And you may think that's a kind of a stretch, you know what? And I can't help you with that one. But ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely true. Trump is suing CBS for this monstrosity.
Said Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill,
Remember this?
the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
If you don't see the problem, if you don't understand what it is to have these people who are complicit in this the complete and total subjugation, kidnapping of the news, I don't know what. This is not just about Donald Trump. This is about getting rid of all of these people. All of these people, little by little, bit by bit. And it's also about new new people who don't necessarily seem to fit the MAGA mold.
Up here in front of you as a quote unquote non-traditional conservative, right? Like I'm the black guy and the gay guy and then the veteran guy and all these different things. But the thing that is my most important identity, the identity that I hold the dearest to my heart, is that of a proud American.
Yes.
As somebody that loves this country dearly. And I have a lot of people either in public or on social media or all of that stuff come up to me and say, well, how can you support Donald Trump because you're this and this and he hates X, Y, Z, and ABC. I'm like, number one, Donald Trump does not hate anybody except for the enemies of America. That's who Donald Trump hates, all right? Donald Trump does not care what your identity is. He doesn't care what your sexual orientation is. He doesn't care what the color of your skin is. What he cares about is Americans, and we come in so many different colors and all this other stuff.
Doesn't that kill them? When was the last time that Kamala, or whatever her particular iteration of speech was, when was the last time she told you anything? When was the last time she ever told you anything? When was the last time she ever reached out? When was the last time anybody ever showed her love?
Mr. President. Can you sign this for me, Mr. President? Oh, thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
No, I have
Thank you so
I
much.
forgot to take it.
Oh, don't worry about it. What, do you have a hat? Give me a hat.
Actually, I should have got you to sign the hat instead. Sorry.
This is the fake news over there.
I know, fake news, yeah.
Fake news!
Sorry, Mr. Trump.
Here you go, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you, President Trump. We love you, man.
Thank you for being
We love you, Mr.
They
Trump.
rigged this election.
They rigged the election. Oh, yes, they did. They're not going to do it this time, Mr. President.
They're not doing it. They're going to try.
See what's so wonderful about him? See that? He gets along with people. He talks to people. And this is the person who withstood, survived, what, 3? Actually 2, maybe 2.5. But one certain assassination attempt. He still goes into crowds. This is the guy that people said he was a germaphobe. Actually, it's called a misophobe. It's amazing, isn't it? Doesn't it blow your mind? Doesn't it blow your mind? Cut up chatter says, I'm so offended by President Trump. He wants to protect me from women cretins like Kamala lap dancer. Whoa. That's a good one. I like that. He's incredible. Absolutely, positively incredible. And then the greatest thing ever.
I just think it's inappropriate for you to say.
I'm going to say this one more time.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. Whether the women like it or not. Whether the women like it or not.
You see this? RNC approves platform that would give rights to fetuses, endangering abortion, IVF. This is, let's just go back and through this. Watch this. This is important. This is the lies of these people.
It's inappropriate for you to say. I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
There we go. Trump says states might monitor pregnancies to track abortions. It's not what he said.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. Whether the
Trump says states could prosecute women for abortions under his watch.
women like it or not. Whether the
RNC approves platform that would give rights to fetuses, endangering abortion and IVF.
women like it or not. Whether the women.
Gardner says Republicans pushed wave of bills that would bring homicide charges for abortion. Never happened.
Women like it or not. Whether the women.
Nearly 65,000 pregnancies from rape have occurred in states with abortion bans, study estimates.
Women like it or not. I'm going to do it.
Mississippi abortion bans forced 13-year-old rape survivor victim to give birth. This is what they're taking
Whether
from him.
the women like it or not. Kamala has imported criminal migrants from prisons and jails.
Trump says states could prosecute women for abortions under his watch.
From insane asylums and mental institutions all over the world, from Venezuela to the Congo,
Listen.
including savage criminals who assault, rape, and murder our women and girls.
Listen to this. How did they
Anyone
get
who
this?
would let monsters
I know how
kidnap
they got
and
it.
kill our children does not belong anywhere near the Oval Office. And my people told me about 4 weeks ago, I was saying, no, I want to protect the people. I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why?
Listen.
They said, we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. I said, why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said,
Listen again.
They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say, pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
Can you be, this is, if ever, I mean, I've heard a lot of distortion, but if ever there was something that really showed it, it is this. They hate the distortion, the lies. They hate him and they hate you. They hate you. They're going through him to get to you. You're just some idiot. You're just some right winger. You're some loathsome stink, whatever it is, garbage, whatever. That's who you are. They honestly, the garbage thing, I swear to God, I thought this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I think it could be bigger than, I thought one of the biggest moments was the Brett Baer interview. Second of all was McDonald's. Third was the garbage thing. I never, and that was an own goal. That was an unforced error. It's incredible. I can't believe it. Truly, I can't believe what I'm saying. I can't believe it. They hate you. They hate you and your family and your morals and your values. You think I'm exaggerating? They hate your sense of liberty and your love of country, the way you love life, the way you think that maybe a fetus should have some kind of rights. Oh, they hate you. They hate the way you mock DEI, diversity, egregiousness, and idiocy. That's what they want. They want to take the notion of equality and egalitarianism and a meritocracy, and they want to destroy it. They want to destroy all of it in the name of something. I don't know what. I don't know what you want to call it. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. This is bigger than anything else. Now, I hope, because I've been watching carefully, a number of people suggesting that maybe the president might be doing something regarding the protection of the votes. I know there was some mention, there was some discussion a while back about, or today, about the notion of some of these duplicate votes and the like. We're going to talk about that. But on this, the last day of the month, I want to remind you of this. Listen to this. New reports reveal that the average person has $8,674 in credit card debt. Plus, the total average consumer debt is a shocking $104,215 between mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, and unsecured loans. Unfortunately, without outside assistance, many will continue digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole of debt. Now, I've advised and counseled friends and clients for years who want to take back control of individual debt about this secret weapon that has helped so many consolidate everything owed into one affordable monthly payment. They even helped negotiate a settlement agreement that will allow you to pay less than the total balance. Listen, they settled over $275 million in debt, and they've helped people become debt-free in an average of 28 months. I've had such an incredible experience referring clients and friends that I wanted to partner with them here and introduce their services to you, my loyal Lionel Nation family. If you want a helping hand to get out of debt, I absolutely, positively, and strenuously recommend booking a free consultation now by going to nodebtwithlionel.com. Look at the address. Once again, that's nodebtwithlionel.com. Use the link I've provided under the title. Listen to me. You can take control and learn how to get out of debt now. Does everybody vote? Who has not voted? Who has not voted? Who? Who has not voted? Who has not voted? Who, ladies and gentlemen, tell me has not voted? Who? Who voted today? Who has not? Who is going to vote? Is there anyone here? And you have to ask yourself, remember, I'm going to say this again. And I know it sounds like I'm being kind of dramatic, but I'm not. This is not about Donald Trump. This is not about Republicans. This is not about any of that. This is about something which is so important. Do you know how long we have been together for this? Now, let me ask you something. On election night, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I want to be with you on that night. And I don't know how we're going to, at what point, I don't know when polls close or whatever it is, because we're not going to find anything out. They're going to do the old projected winner thing. But I have to be with you. I think everybody's planning on being with us that night. I don't want to go to any other place but with you. We have been through so much. Seriously. We have been through so much. We have been through, I don't think anybody, I don't remember people going through this with Nixon or anybody. I think I know how terrible people felt when Trump won. Because I, as I told you before, cannot imagine that woman winning. I can't in my mind. Are you the same way? I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. But I have met people where I have met such a, oh my God. I have met so many great friends. Instant connection. Instant connection. I will always thank that man for making me understand what it means to be an American, how proud I am, and how I never understood it really until now. I kind of used to laugh a little bit. I thought, these people with all their flags and stuff, because I never really thought, either way, I mean, if somebody won, like, okay, my governor went fine, really, said, okay, fine. Jimmy Carter, okay, Jimmy Carter's not that bad. It's not warring. Okay, Gerald Ford's not, it's okay. Reagan's a little bit better. A little bit better, it's okay, but maybe. John McCain, well, John McCain is not the greatest thing in the world. I never felt this sense of cataclysmic. And it's as though someone from the heavens looked down and said, I'm going to send to you someone who is so incompetent, because I want you to see how bad these people are. That they're looking at her and they're actually saying to you, she could be a viable candidate in their mindset. She could be this. I've asked friends of mine, I'm saying, I can understand if you don't vote for Trump. I can understand that. Maybe. But how can you vote for her? Do you listen at all to her? Do you think, I said, I'm serious. Do you think that maybe she'll be told the right thing by the right people? She doesn't know what the hell she's doing. Do you think that Tim Walz, does this make sense? RK, ladies and gentlemen, says, election night, name the bar, and we will be there. Lionel's. That's our bar right here. Right here. This is our bar. I want to be with you. I want to be with you. Can we do it, honey? Can we do it?
Election night?
Who?
Election night?
Yeah.
Yeah, monitor the results.
Oh, yeah. You're going to monitor the result. Oh, how cute. She's so cute. I'm going to figure out how I can maybe watch some stuff or split the screen. I don't even know about that. I just want to be with you. I want to be with you. Chauncey Emhoff Harris. Oh, yes. Chauncey. This guy slapping women. You know? Impregnating women, slapping them. And you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing something which really bothers me. Not bothers me, but I got to tell you the honest truth. I never understood. I never liked people say, "Oh, he's gay. Oh, that's so gay." Thinking, you know what? That's not fair. One of my best pals, I'm telling you, I've known people so many gay. I don't think a gay is a pejorative. But you know the gay friends that I have? They're openly gay. And I and it doesn't matter. I have one gay friend who's probably watching now who is a conservative, and one gay friend who is not. And they're friends. One for 36, 37 years, but they're gay. And they say they're gay, and they make no bones about it. It doesn't matter. But when I see people like Mark Cuban come along, I'm thinking, not that there's any, but if you're not leveling with me, and maybe I'm wrong. When I see Doug Emhoff, maybe I'm wrong. When I see Tim, maybe I'm wrong. But when I see people who aren't leveling with me, why should I believe them? I mean, I don't know, because it probably, maybe I'm not saying people are gay. I'm not saying this. But after a while, you pick up some things when you learn. You go through life and you pick up some stuff. You just know some things. You just kind of know some things. You know what I mean? You just kind of know some things. You just pick some stuff up and you say, you know what? I mean, I have never been the thing that is the most important. And I hate to do this, but I always have this analogy. I always ask people this. I said, if my father, if I could call him and if he says, tell me what I've missed, the number one thing I would say, the number one deal to me, the worst thing is kids and what we did to about gender and kids. That was the worst. Everything else I can kind of understand. Not that. I never understood how liberalism came to affecting children. J.D. Vance, who did such a great, by the way, Joe Rogan is so through the roof in terms of how great he is. Joe Rogan. And you know what he did? He just did his own, like I told you, it was on with Sean Atwood and had a great, my crazy friend again. There he is. He's texting me stuff. And I wrote him the other day. I said, I don't read anything you do. And I really don't. I really, honest to God, don't read any of his stuff. And I said, he sent me something, but I was on with and Pastor Rod Long today. And we were just talking, and it was fun and doing all this stuff. I thought to myself, what we're doing right now is so incredible. What we're seeing right now, what I'm seeing is so wild. This is one of those things which I find to be so fascinating. Because we're able to do something what I never could do in my entire life, and that's the ability to speak, you and me, one-on-one, without anybody around it. We don't need any of these folks. I don't need anybody at any kind of couch or whatever it was. And I thought it's just so powerful. And Joe Rogan came along. I mean, he was okay. I thought he was okay. But he connects with people in a way. And Kamala could have had it. All she had to do was fly to Austin, Texas, and say, I'll give you as long as you want. She's not doing anything. I'm going to, block off this amount of time. I could do 4 hours standing on my head. Easy. Because I'm the vice president. I could tell stuff. I could show a side that people, when Donald Trump lowers kind of where he's himself, when he's just hanging around, folks, quiet, he's very polite. He's not what you think. You kind of see the way he is. She's a beast to people. Horrible. Harridan. She's a virago, a termagant. And these things, what you're seeing right now, is so incredible. And yet she turned him down. And I would love to sit there and say, how can you honestly say that a child could somehow suggest or intimate or insinuate or imply or that they know best as to what their gender is? I can't believe it. That's the number one thing that blew me away out of this entire, and this has been since 2020 when Joe came up. Remember honey, when they were talking about changing bathrooms? Remember that? It had this not bisexual, this unisex or yeah. What's it called? Not unisex, but whatever it's called. We went one time to that place, Bluebird, at the time Time Warner, and I'll never forget. It was like this tall, and I walked in and they had this bathroom, and I thought, why? It was weird. There were women. I thought I was in the wrong one, but they have these stalls where you can go in. But I thought, why is this important? And that was a clue. It led people on. It let people go. It let people suggest, intimate, get used to it, habituate, approximate. We're going to incrementally, we're going to systematic approximation. We're going to get you near it. We're going to get you used to the idea, little by little by little by little by little. And then that turned into trans, maybe gay. I don't know when gay, when drag shows came in. By the way, both of my gay friends absolutely think it's ridiculous to go in and try to recruit or confuse children. I couldn't believe it. So when they tell you something, you must think down the road, this is where they're going. And I'm telling you something. They are going to plan something similar to their version of January 6th. Now, they have to take credit for this because we won't be objecting if Trump wins. They're going to do it. Raskin said this. He knows what he's saying. He understands what he's saying. He's going to do this. They're going to do something which is similar to an orange revolution. They are going to do everything in their power to disrupt this president. To disrupt this president from the beginning. Did you see Tucker was on? You know, when I talk about preparedwithlionel.com, you know that. Tucker was on with a woman from the CIA who talked about the grid and what will happen when how things, electricity and stores and food and production and disorder, and they're going to show him. We have to be ready for this. They're going to say to President Trump, you want to be president? Okay. Get ready. Get ready. You think George Floyd was something? It was nothing. We learned how to, that was a trial run. That was kind of like a beta test. We kind of moved through that one. We know how to work Antifa. We know how to get this done. We know exactly. We learned beta tests. We know how to get biomedical stuff done. We know how to get, we know how to mobilize pharmacies and we know everything. We know how to shut things down. We know how to shut churches. It was a dry run. It was a beta test. It was a dress rehearsal. We know exactly what's going on. We're going to show you. You want him? Okay. Okay. Good luck. Have at it. And one of the first things that's so easy for them to do, one of the first things is, of course, that dock strike. That's the first thing. But here's the good news. And this is what I want you to think about. Elon Musk has changed everything. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos said, I'm not going to endorse her. Yeah, but you own Washington Post. F you. I think you know what I'm saying. Last year I lost $77 million. This is a fantasy. This is like a vanity thing. F you. We're going to F you. No way. LA Times. LA Times. F you. No. Here comes Elon. You want to have fun with this stuff? Okay, watch this. Watch what we do. We are going to destroy. Now think about this. We are going to destroy everything you've ever done in terms of cable news and heritage media. We're going to go straight to social media and streaming. Everything you have, good. I'm in charge now. And for the next 4 years, you're not going to be able to have the DOJ working as proxies for these to shut you down because of misinformation and disinformation. That's over with. And I've talked to all of my friends in Silicon Valley, and they're going to work with us because you're going to see Trump. You see, Elon is not going to be the Department of Government Enforcement or Efficiency. He's going to be something else. He's going to be nowhere near. He's going to be Elon on the side. This is a guy who basically told Zelensky, I'm not going to give you Starlink. This is the guy who talks to Putin. This is a guy who on his own. It's different. There's never been a billionaire like this. George Soros is a piker. George Soros does nothing. George Soros does what? He puts that fruity little Alex dancing around with Huma. Who cares? Well, I'm gonna bankroll some prosecutors. Okay, good. I own Twitter. George Soros, I'm gonna buy some radio stations. F you. Go ahead. Buy them. Buy radio stations? Why don't you buy some ham radio stations? Buy some baby monitors. George Soros thinks he's scaring you because he's saying, I'm going to buy AM radio stations. I swear to God. And Elon's thinking, what? This is it? That's it. The Koch brothers, they're out of business. Who else? Mark Cuban, a joke. He and Rachel Maddow and Alex and Rosie O'Donnell they all have the same glasses. They look alike. This is different. All of a sudden, DOJ says, we're not going to do this anymore. All of a sudden, Elon says, we want a full and open and full-throated everything. And we're going to, for the first time, use the DOJ to go after certain, let's say, social media platform to find out, why are you limiting free speech? Why? Why? This is bigger. Do you know what they've done today? And now they're taunting Elon by basically they want to prosecute him for the $1 million deal, where basically he did this removal motion to federal court, which means that stops the state action immediately. They're going to go to federal court with Elon Musk. Go ahead. He doesn't care about this. He has so much money. Money doesn't even mean anything to him anymore. It doesn't mean it's. Imagine if every time you needed money, you just push this button and you can say, okay, you got paid. You got paid. I wish you would mobilize huge swaths of lawyer teams showing up to Michigan and others. We're going to change everything. What I'm trying to tell you is that he is going to do more than you will ever realize. And he's not going to announce it. He's not going to be a part of the government. So you want to have Bobby Kennedy? Go ahead. Bobby Kennedy's good. Vivek Ramaswamy, that's okay. Good. Tulsi Gabbard, good. Good. I like him. Elon's the guy. And the next thing you got to do is you got to somehow bail out. You got to help Giuliani. I hope so. Just out of principle. Just out of principle. Because of what he did, how he saved. And I know he acts like a nut. But whatever it is. And somebody's got to do something to bail out Alex Jones. We can't lose that spirit of, I don't agree with everything he does. Don't get me wrong. But we need the spirit of that. And we want to have more Rogans, more Lex Friedmans. We want to have more. We want there to be this new spirit I want to have Gen Zers out there. I want to have enough of this slamming them. I think they're smarter than me. Oh, listen to this. Mrs. L did a brand new. What was that again? Kids today want more wholesome. Kids today, where was that study? Was it University of California? It's a brand new study that says kids want more videos. They want more videos and things about families and relationships, movie theater films, but also I want to be responsible for bringing kids back to date again and to have boyfriends and girlfriends and to UCLA Center for Scholars and Storytellers. That's what they want. I want kids to want to drive cars again and to get married and have girlfriends and boyfriends. They're straight. I don't care. But I want them to know about romance and courtship and fun, team sports, going to school. I want to live in a world where we take the school system and we shake them and we get rid of all the slugs and we say, you are going over here. We're going to make this distinction. College bound and vocational. You're going to learn a trade or you're going to go home. You are not going to be guaranteed school. You will have mandatory school up to a while, but we're going to make this distinction. You go over here. And we will have special schools where you can make all the noise you want. We'll have third tier, fourth tier teachers. It won't really matter. You'll go and scream and yell, and you'll basically act, we'll give you a shot. Do some mainstreaming. But we're going to take all the best people, our STEM students, scientists, future doctors, poets, musicians, painters, and we're going to take them and we're going to recruit them, have special schools for them. That's where they're going to be. Everybody else, you graduate with a certificate of attendance. Have a nice day. Beat it. We're wasting our time. In my world, it's going to be lovingly brutal. In the criminal justice system, you won't even recognize it. Look, I can talk about all this stuff, and it sounds great, and I know, yeah. But all I know is we are at a crossroads. If I find out that one of you have not voted for Trump, I will disown you. This is it, my friends. This is it. We are not kidding around. This is it. Period. So cut up chatter and RK, Linda Hazlitt, Crypto Domini, Justin DeRoche. I like the way I did this. I want to thank you for that. Don't forget, dear friends, as we always say, don't forget, I'm telling you repeatedly, I'm going to tell you right now, quickly, before midnight, preparedwithlionel.com. That's it, preparedwithlionel.com. And also, if you or somebody you know is absolutely out of their mind, in over their head in debt, nodebtwithlionel.com. Go, fill it out. That's it. Watch what they can do. Don't put this off anymore. Okay? You got that? Okay. And make sure that you please, dear friends, follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. In particular today, because her stuff today is terrific. Now, I'm going to say goodbye to you right now. I'm going to wish you all the best. I'm going to thank you for everything you've done. I'm going to remind you to vote. Because November the 5th, that night, we're going to be on probably all night long. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. This is for all the marbles, my friends. This is it. This is it. How that man has done this, look at this. SC Mac, bless her heart, says, Lionel, you are epic and your beautiful wife. Thank you for that. See that, honey? The love. Go watch her videos. Lynn's Warriors. She also blinks out code words. You got to watch them. You got to listen very carefully. She blinks them. It's like a Morse code kind of thing. In any event, dear friends, thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And until then, dear friends, I say this to you right now. On behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for being with us. And until then, my friend, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dead.